Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. We're doing a weekly check-in and this month is pretty short and pretty quick. I've already done my budget video for the month and then my video for paycheck 1, and now I'm doing the weekly check-in, and then I'm going to turn around and do paycheck 2. So it's happening really fast, but the paydays are close together, but I'd like to make sure I keep them compartmentalized so that I can stay on track with the money that's coming in and the money that's going out, and it moves very quickly. So here we go. The weekly check-in. All I have filled out is my categories. I've decided to do a 4-week month, and I have 5 categories: grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, and then I added this unbudgeted category. I don't think I'll be using it as much this month as I had over Christmas and as I had over January. I'm kind of gotten that habit of spending my buffer, and that's where I pay out of the unbudgeted, and by the end of January, I realized how much I had paid out of the buffer. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that again. So far, so good, not using it. Of course, it's only day 4 of February. But my February budget actually started January 29th, 30th timeframe. And because my husband's income came in a few days early. So, yeah, there's that. So these are what I have budget for the week 1: grocery, household, $300, restaurants, $200, miscellaneous, $150, and gasoline, $62.50. Over here is where I actually break it down by the week. I've written it a little different. In past, I would have grocery, household top here, week 1, 2, 3, 4, and if there was a 5th one, I would put 5. But I decided to separate by weeks this time and see if I like it better, and I think I do. And then what I have totaled for the month, which is the same every month. These are just my notes on not just spending habits, but you can break down how you want your budget for the weeks. Some people don't even put it in that direction. They start with their total with the month and work their way down. And that's okay too. This is just how I happen to do it. I recommend you do what makes sense to you and what works for your family. Just try a couple different systems, and once it clicks, that's the one you stay with. And then if it feels like it's not working anymore, try to find something different that does work. That's what budgeting is amazing. I love budgeting. I love getting into this and seeing all the numbers and figuring out what we're doing and how things change, because budgeting is always changing. And what works for our family now may not work for our family later, especially when we transitioned from active duty military 2 paychecks a month to every other Friday or Thursday at the time, but Friday now, every other week is a paycheck and the first of the month. So there was a lot of changes, and I shop differently than I did when my husband was active duty. So when you have life changes, these things happen. So let's go to my calendar for my weekly check-in and where I track all my expenses. Now, I only have the first few days, but this actually includes January 29th, 30th, and 31st. I just listed it in this one empty box because I just wanted to make sure I had a place to track it. I didn't want to have a separate calendar. That's why I have that there, and that's fine. I make it work for me. And then Monday, these are my spending. Tuesday spending, and then Thursday spending. I actually have a no spend day, so I am going to be very excited to do a no spend sticker. I just had these from I'm trying to think of where I got them from. Sarah Marie Stickers a long time ago. This is her old logo. Sometime last year. And I got an oops bag from her, which was awesome. And these stickers were in there. I don't think she sells these in the store, but she does do custom stickers, and you can do things like that. I'm looking for my tweezers over here. There we go. So I have 3 left. I'm going to have to come up with my own no spend sticker after I use all these up. So I'm going to put that right here. I do like putting them down, but they never motivate me because it's just how I spend. But I do enjoy putting them down when I do have a no spend, because then I'm like, okay, I can do this, kind of thing. A lot of shops sell those kind of stickers. So if you just go on Etsy, go no spend stickers, and you'll find a whole bunch of different styles and things for no spends. So here we go. You know my categories. I highlight them with a highlighter. Pink for grocery, household, blue for restaurants, green for miscellaneous, and purple for gasoline. And I might have to change the purple because it's not really coming up very well. So we'll see. I'm going to zoom you guys in. We're going to look at these numbers, and then we're going to do the math on the other side, and you'll see how my weekly check-in is working out. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I'm going to go ahead and write down all the grocery household items that I have gotten. Now, I will tell you I can already say I'm over budget in that category, mainly because I went shopping this morning, and I could have waited till Friday, but I just didn't want to. I was already out and about. I dropped my son off at school, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to hit the grocery store and come home. So it's going to look like I spent more than I should have for the first part of the month, but it's only 1 day difference, and it's not that big a deal. So, but I did want to mark it for today to show real life and how things really happen. So my first grocery household is this $86.12 at Walmart, and then I have Food Lion for $15.34, and I have another Walmart for $172.40. I have HelloFresh, which is $51.20, and that's, I need to go in and look and see why it's dropped as much as it has, because it's normally $63.28, but now I'm getting a discount and I don't know why. So I need to go in and find out so I don't have to worry about, are they going to like make up for those charges or what? So the other one I have here is Food Lion for today. I could have waited till Friday when payday hit, but I just didn't feel like doing it, so I went ahead and did it today. Basically what I'm doing is borrowing from this payday on Thursday. So I may be over budget on the first week, but the second week will cover what I did over budget here, and I'm good with that. So it's not like I'm over budget and didn't have the money. Obviously I had it in my buffer, but it's also a convenience factor. So if I know I can financially handle, and that can be floated out of my budget, out of my buffer for the day, and then kind of come out in the wash in the end when I get to the next day, then yeah, I don't mind doing that. So here we go. Let's total that up. So $86.12 plus $15.34, $172.40, $51.20, and $81.04. That totals $406.10. Woo, that's a lot. So $406.10. Now my husband is back. I did stock up, like I bought this big thing. It wasn't too terribly expensive, but a big thing of Finish dishwasher tablets. It had like 85 tablets. It was like $7 or $8. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to get a big tub of it because I don't want to keep running out buying the smaller packages, and it costs more to buy the smaller ones. And then just some random cleaning supplies that I wanted to try that looked really nice and I thought would work. I have stainless steel appliances, and I wanted to try something new to kind of diminish the look of fingerprints on things and stuff like that. So yeah, it costs a little bit up front, but after a while it just kind of balances itself out. So the next thing we have is our restaurants. So restaurants is $42.75 for Papa John's, $10.92. My husband actually came home that night from being out to sea, and he got off the ship, I guess, about 7:30. And he was starving. I said, do you want me to pick you up something to eat before you got home? And he's like, yeah, because I had already fixed dinner, and I didn't know he was coming home that day. So I didn't have anything planned for him. And I didn't have a lot of food because I thought he wasn't coming home till Monday, and he actually came home Saturday. So I had to do some catching up there. Taco Bell, I just had a craving, so I went and got it. And then we went again the next day for Taco Bell for lunch, and then $17.26 there. And then HelloFresh. I do count my HelloFresh in my groceries because it is food and it is groceries. Oh, why am I putting it here? I've already got it up there. Silly me. I meant to say that earlier, that HelloFresh is grocery because it is actually groceries delivered to your door. And that is that. I don't have any other spending as far as restaurants go. So let's total that up and work that out. So I hope your budgeting is going well and your spending is going well. And if it is, please leave a comment down below and let me know how your budget's doing. What struggles are you having? Are you having struggles? Is there an area that you spend more in that you want to try to quit spending that much in and things like that? So I would love to hear about it and we can have conversations about it. So total here is $78.39. Which is pretty good for us. And I like that number. The only other thing I have going on is this Wawa, which is a gas station here. And my husband got gas in his vehicle, $29.03. And I need to go back and do my check marks that I actually wrote all these down and totaled them up. And there. All right, so that is that. So now I can go into our weekly check-in. So I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. So I popped my sheet out of the planner because it's just easier not to write on the rings and things like that. So like I said, grocery household, we were budgeting $300 and I spent way over $300, but I do know it's just being borrowed from week 2 because the payday is happening so quickly back to back. So I spent $406.10, which means, let me get my red pen here, I overspent by $106.10. And that's fine because like I said, I would have spent it tomorrow anyway and it would just come out of this budget anyway. Not a big deal. There we go. So restaurants, I budget $200, which is good. I over budget in that category. And we only spent $78.39. Mostly because my husband was gone and we didn't go out on date nights and things like that. That's kind of our date night money for going out to restaurants and spending time together. So let's get the calculator here and see what that number is. 200 minus the 78.39, and that gives us $121.61. Now all these balances affect what the budget is here. So it'll either increase or decrease whatever I have for this weekly budget. So you'll see that happen. Next is the miscellaneous, which I had 0, which is an astonishing thing because, oh my gosh, if you've seen any of my videos, I max out my miscellaneous all the time. I love to spend in that category. And it gives me freedom to spend. And I'm the only one spending it in most of the time, so that's okay. So we're just going to balance forward that $150. And we might need it later for something else. And I'm actually considering getting tennis shoes or something like that because I need new shoes. The next thing I have is gasoline. It was $29.03. My husband has a Jeep Wrangler, so it doesn't take a lot of gas. I think our gas prices are like $2.29 or something like that right now. So $62.50 minus $29.03, which gives us still $33.47, which is good because, my Armada is in need of gasoline, and we will be doing that tomorrow. So no unbudgeted spending, no unusual big runs to Home Depot or anything like that. We just haven't had time to spend anything basically. So we're good there. I budget $712.50 total available spending for all 4 categories. So if I am over budget in a category, the other categories can like compensate for it. But if I want to stick to a monthly for a specific category, then I have to make sure that I balance for the negatives as I go along so I don't go over what I budgeted for the entire month. So like grocery household, I know for the month I don't want to spend more than $1,000. That includes the food that we eat, as well as any cleaning supplies that we buy, as well as any beauty products or toothpaste and toothbrushes and shampoos and conditioners and all those necessity things, toilet paper, paper towels, paper plates, things like that. So anyway, moving on, 400, I'm going to total the spent column, so the $406.10 plus the $78.39 plus the $29.03, and that gives us $513.52. And like I said, in the buffer, I had plenty of money to cover that. And as you can see, because I spent so little in restaurants, that actually compensated for it. So it's not like I had to really borrow money from anywhere. It's just, it was taken care of with the budget because we spent so little. And I can know the negative, and when I balance this out, it will reduce it from this, so I know how to make sure to keep that within the $1,000 a month. Now we're going to look at, let's see, we're going to take this number. I'm just going to go across, and then I'm going to go down the balance and make sure it's accurate and see if the numbers match. So $712.50 that I budgeted for the entire paycheck, or the entire week, minus the $513.52 gives us $198.98. That's an interesting number. So we're going to start with the positives and then work our way to the negative. So $33.47 plus $150 plus $121.61, and then we're going to subtract the $106.10, and we get the same number. Excellent. That doesn't always work for me. Somehow I get it mixed up. But lately, the past few months, it's been working perfectly. So that is my weekly check-in. Let's budget for the next pay period. And I will get those numbers over here. So I'm going to pop this sheet out of my planner here, just like I did that one, so I can kind of show you where my numbers are coming from. So week 1 is done. That amount is what I budgeted for week 1, and I have adjusted the numbers. So now week 2 is pretty much the same numbers going across the board. I give myself more in the beginning of the month than I do, at the end of the month. And then the week 3 and the week 4 are reduced just a little bit. Now I take my monthly, like this grocery household. If I do 4 weeks, I divide it by 4. If I do 5 weeks, I divide it by 5 and try to stay within that budget. Restaurants, same thing. So that's where these numbers come from. And if I feel like it's not enough, like if I divide 1,000, divide by 4, gives me $250. Which is great, but I know in the beginning of every month, repetitively, I need more than $250. I am either right at or right above $300 for the first week of every month. So I just readjust the numbers just a little bit and give myself extra $50 here and extra $50 there. That way, I can reduce these and still have plenty at the beginning because I don't spend as much at the end. So that's what I love about weekly check-in. You can see your spending patterns. Do you see more spending at the beginning and less at the end, or do you see it more in the middle? That way you know how to appropriately budget without going over budget. So that's what I do there. So let me take this off to the side. And now we're going to work with this budget. So I know based on my week 2 here that my grocery household I budget was $300. So I'm going to take that $300 minus, I wrote a little big there, I didn't mean to, minus the 106. Let me rewrite this, hold on a second. And I use Frixon erasable pens. Put it that way, there we go. And I love these because I do stuff like this all the time. So $300 and then minus the 106.10, and that gives us the total we need for the budget. And I just write it out like this so I can see why I did the numbers the way I did. So $300 minus the 106.10, and that gives us $193.90. So I borrowed out of the 300 that 106 today, and then I could have done it tomorrow, but I'm not going back out tomorrow, so I didn't feel like doing it tomorrow. Just to do that grocery run. So there's that, and this is just setting up for next week's check-in. So restaurants, let me leave that on. I have, for week 2, I have $200 set for that. So I have $200 that I have for the budget, and then for restaurants, I still have $121.61 left for the budget, which is cool because this is February and it's Valentine's, and my husband and I might want to go out on a Valentine dinner. Not on Valentine's Day. We never do it on the actual day. We'll do something special dinner-wise at home because, you know, restaurants and going out are always crowded, though probably not this year with COVID. But yeah, we just always try not to do it on the busiest days of the year. Those types of activities, being out in the crowds, it's just never my thing. So anyway, miscellaneous, I have another $150. So between the two, $150, that's $300, easy math for miscellaneous. So I add that one plus the $150 for this time, and then gasoline for week 2 is another $62.50 right there. So I'm going to take the $33.47. I'm going to add $62.50, and that's going to give us $95.97. That's more than enough to fill my tank, because my tank usually takes $40 or so. So $95.97, and still leaves money in the account. Now I do not budget anything for unbudgeted, and the only time I write here is when I actually spend in that category, but I don't count it with these budget numbers. I just want to track it here. It has definitely encouraged me not to spend that buffer and kind of pay attention more to what I'm doing. Sometimes you can get in the habit of Christmas and just enjoy the shopping, and then the momentum of enjoying the shopping does not slow down. And that's what was happening to me. So yeah, you have to trick your mind and trick your way into how to do that. So yeah, that's where my budget is. Let's total this budget column up. $193.90 plus $321.61, and then $300, and then $95.97. There we go. So that's a lot of money, but this was a short week and my husband was gone, so we had a lot of money left over for the week. And so normally I average this $600 to $700 in the beginning of the month, but there's a lot left over here. So this will carry through till the end of the month, and that'll be fine. An 8, not sure why. All right, 91148. There we go. So that's what I have, almost $1,000. Good Lord. I probably won't spend all that, but that's okay. I might need to use some of that for the groceries if I tend to spend more. We'll see what happens there, but yeah, that is my weekly check-in. Let me go ahead and zoom you guys out. Okay, I'm back. So there it is, the weekly check-in. Everything checked out okay. I've got plenty of money for groceries and anything that we need to spend for week 2 of February, and the budget is looking good. I'm really happy with how it's looking. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this video. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.